Hi, this is Vic. I'm going to give you an update on my energy efficiency with my 2014 Cadillac ELR. Here's a photograph that I have of my ELR. And before I talk about the update, first of all, I want to talk about the usual way the car works. Some people oftentimes refer to the ELR and the Chevrolet Volt as a hybrid. The cars are in fact electric cars. They're front-wheel drive. The wheels are driven by electric motors. So they use electricity all of the time. They require electricity in order to be driven. That's it. The cars are charged by being plugged into a standard 120 volt AC outlet. You do not need a special outlet or plug in order to charge the ELR or the Chevrolet Volt. Right where you see my mouse circling right now, that is a charge port. It actually looks like a fuel filler access door. In a manner, it is a fuel filler access door. The fuel, though, that you're providing to the car is electricity. It's charging the power supply. It's charging the power supply to enable the driver to drive the vehicle based on the electricity that's stored in the power supply. The power supply is approximately the same length as the passenger compartment, and it runs under the center line of the car, under the center console. And it's totally, it does not interfere with the passenger or any of the occupants of the car at all. And the total range that I get on my power supply is anywhere, it varies depending upon the temperature. And it's anywhere between 38 to 40 miles is what I have achieved during my driving sessions. And again, it varies depending upon the temperature and the climate. Just as any car's efficiency is going to vary. The difference is these computerized cars are smart enough to tell you exactly what their efficiency is. And because this is an electric car, it is not dependent upon gasoline. It's not 100% dependent upon gasoline in order to be driven at all. The only reason that I need gasoline is because the car carries its own electricity generator. So that if I should fail to plug it in, or I should forget to plug it in, and the power supply runs low on electricity, then the generator or the gasoline engine will start or can be started in order to provide electricity for the car to be driven. Now, with that being said, I'll go ahead and show you the latest and greatest on my energy efficiency. On July 3rd, my driving session lasted for 59.3 total miles. 49.8 of those miles I used electricity that was stored in the power supply. For 9.5 of those miles, I used the generator or the gas engine to generate some electricity. So you see 9.5 next to the icon that looks like a gas pump. That's an indication that I used the generator, the gasoline-powered generator, to generate some electricity for a portion of my driving session. That is, that portion was 9.5 miles. And during that session, I averaged 202 miles per gallon. I used a third of a gallon of gas to drive a total of 59.3 miles. 1/3 of a gallon of gasoline to drive a little over 59 miles. That's absolutely fantastic. My lifetime average on this car, since I've owned the car, is 92.7 miles per gallon. So I very seldom use gasoline to drive this car. The vast majority of my driving is done using electricity that was stored in the power supply from when the car was plugged in. Sometimes I will use electricity that is generated by the generator. And here's one example where for 9.5 miles, I turned on the generator to generate electricity so I can drive the car. And To top it off, the generator not only propels me, but at the same time adds to the state of charge of the power supply, so that later on I can shut down the generator and once again continue to drive the car without the generator running. And that happens without me having to plug it in again. And it's absolutely fantastic.